When is the last time that you have truly rested without feeling guilty about it? I don't mean like scrolling on your phone and making a mental to-do list. I mean true rest. I am Melissa with Mel's Oil Wise. We help busy women, typically busy moms, have natural solutions in your home to turn to when things come up. If you are a busy mom, this is for you, and we're talking about rest. We have so much guilt, unnecessary, let me tell you, guilt about rest. We feel like we can't just sit, that we have to earn rest. If we sit down, we see everything that needs to be done. We see the dust that's collecting under the chairs. We see the water bottles that nobody took care of, the clothes that need to be folded. We see those things, and so rest feels unproductive, especially as moms and as women. There's always something on our list to do, always something to be done. And so I think a lot of us are tempted to only rest when we feel completely exhausted. Like we crash instead of just like slow down. Anybody else struggle with this mental to-do list that's always rolling through your brain? Think about it though, what's actually happening in your bodies. We live in this constant like low-level stress, this fight or flight. Our nervous systems don't get a reset. They don't get to rest. And it shows up in ways like trouble sleeping. Anybody have trouble sleeping? Can't get your mind to shut off at night. Excuse me. Hormonal imbalance. It can actually do damage and do things to our bodies. Digestive issues. Snappy moods, right? Getting at our kids, getting at our husband, short fuse. Also brain fog, right? That like, feeling. Sometimes it's not that we need this like dramatic, huge change. We don't need this hours and hours away on a beach, although that sounds amazing and that might be what you need. It might help. Sometimes we just need those small, consistent moments for our bodies to just be safe. So I wanted to give you 3 tips that you could just incorporate. It takes 5 minutes or less, and just to give yourself a couple of minutes. One is just to get a hot towel and put it over your face, and just, it's even better if you could put a few essential oils with it and breathe that in and just give yourself a minute to just breathe. Sorry, I'm gonna get a drink. Another one is to be able to soak your feet. Our family loves this. We put some Epsom salt and some oils in a foot soak and just give ourselves a few minutes to reset. I wish we could do it more often. We don't. It does take some time, right? But if you can just set yourself up for success that way, have the Epsom salts ready to go that you just have to dump in and just take those few minutes to relax. This is something that you could do every single day. It just takes a few seconds, and that's going to be to grab your favorite oil, whether it's Balance, whether it's lavender for calming. Maybe you need to just grab out a few and just see what you like, or maybe you need to get with me and smell a couple just to see what your body responds to and what you really like. Balance is the one that we're going to use here, but it's going to also include like a deep breathing exercise. You don't have to memorize anything or anything like that, but I'm going to do a 4, 2, 6. So it would be breathing in for 4, hold it for 2, out for 6. You don't have to memorize that. What you really want to do is make sure that you're taking a moment, taking longer than you think that you need to breathe out. So it's really focusing in on that. So it looks something like this. Right, just taking the time to just breathe in and breathe out. But I want to show you what you really want to do is something like this. And it's going to be to incorporate the oil. You could literally just smell it out of the bottle. I also always recommend doing the tent teepee thing. So that's literally just a drop in your hands, rub it together, and breathing it out. And then I always recommend just rub it on too, right? Put a little on the back of your neck, pulse points. Today, one of my girls was struggling a little bit with school. I had them go get an oil. They chose wild orange. Wild orange is fabulous. It's uplifting, but it didn't quite do what she needed. She was kind of uplifted, but what we needed was a little balance. And so she went and grabbed the Balance a little while later, and we used that, and you could literally notice the difference that she was more grounded and brought down. She wasn't a completely different kid, like, don't get me wrong. She was still our girl, but just it gave her that little bit of calm that we needed to kind of get through some things. So it doesn't have to be an entire spa day. You need just those couple of minutes of intentional breathing. And I really encourage you to grab out your favorite oil and do it along with it. So I've really been kind of leaning into this idea of creating more small, restful moments throughout the day or throughout the week, just to really rest and not get to that burnt out, to that overwhelmed state. I mean, it's still going to happen, but let's do what we can to really support our bodies the best way we can. So think about what's one small way that you could build into your week, a deep breathing, maybe a foot soak once a week, something like that. And I really want you to remember that rest isn't lazy. It's necessary. You don't have to earn it. You just need to take those couple of minutes to rest. There was one more thing I wanted to say. I wanted to end with that, but I want to tell you this, because when we exhale longer than when we inhale, that actually activates our parasympathetic nervous system, our PNS. That's the part that's responsible for the rest, the digestion, the calm. That's why that is so effective. And so we do tend to live in this like fight or flight. So when you can exhale longer than you're inhaling, it triggers your body to know that you're safe, that you can relax. It actually is going to help to lower your heart rate, reduce your stress, improve that digestion that we talked about, help with mental clarity, and it really just takes less than a minute. So breathe in and then breathe out for even longer, and a little bit longer than like normally feels natural, just to bring that breathing down. So remember, rest isn't lazy, it's what you need. I am Melissa with Mel's Oil Wise. We help busy moms, busy women like you, have natural solutions in your home to turn to when things come up. You want something like Balance, Adaptive, Lavender, something that is going to be calming for you and your family, that you can reach for in moments like these. If you don't have those oils, I can help you. Comment below or send me a message, and we can really tailor what your family needs and get you some oils in your home. If you already have an account, you probably know how to go on and order. If you don't, I can totally help you with that. You want one of these oils to help calm your mind and your body. And we go live each Wednesday, live at 3:45, to help you with these tips and tricks to help you just live your best life. Have a great day. Bye.